Matt Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Such a weird world. Welcome to it. It's great to have you with us. Monday morning, bright and early. I just looked up and saw some of the highlights of the weekend's baseball games. Mm-hmm. And one of the managers, I don't even know who it was, walking over, struggling to put on his mask so he can yell at the umpire.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. Yeah, that was fun.
The umpire comes out from behind the plate, struggling to put on his mask. So stupid.
We're going to go now, but stay 6 feet apart. Keep your mask on.
We're going to socially distanced argue right now.
That's right, yeah.
Okay? I'm going to kick sand at you, but it won't get to you because we're so far apart.
Yeah, apparently there's some sort of penalty. I forget what it was, but if you're standing close during an argument, like if you're toe-to-toe.
You'd probably be arrested.
Probably
be arrested. That would be my guess. So baseball in full swing now.
Yeah.
Some interesting things over the weekend. At the Giants game. Giants and who? It was
Dodgers.
Giants and Dodgers. Everybody knelt except for one guy.
Yep.
One lonely guy who you got to believe is having a difficult time now because I would imagine his teammates are all over him. But I loved this guy. I loved what he said. He was very aware of what's going on. He was very aware of why he wasn't going to do it. And he didn't. He didn't cave in. He said, I can't kneel before anything besides God. Okay, that's great. I'm a Christian, like I said, and I can't get on board with a couple of things that I've read about Black Lives Matter. The guy actually read things about Black Lives Matter. Thank you. His name is Sam Coonrod, by the way. He's a relief pitcher. And he said how they lean toward Marxism. And they've said some negative things about the nuclear family. I just can't get on board with that. Thank you. Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, some people over the weekend was like, well, I was fine with you not kneeling for God, but then you had to go all political.
Screw you. Shut up.
I'm just quoting their website.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
By the way, no players in New York for the Mets and Braves knelt.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and no Cleveland Indians I saw was reported. So
that's great.
Yeah, in fact,
maybe it's not going to be as bad as we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, now they did have, so it was very tasteful what they did in New York at Citi Field before the Mets and Braves game. I can speak to that. The way they did the Morgan Freeman announced thing. They didn't talk about race at all. They called each other brothers and all this stuff. They held the little black cloth, but nobody knelt whatsoever, and given every opportunity to. The only trace of Black Lives Matter was, and it was just on Friday, was on the pitcher's mound. Instead of the MLB logo behind the pitcher's mound, it was
BLM.
Of
course it was.
Yeah.
That's irritating enough right there.
Mm-hmm. But hey, other than that was the only trace in that 3-game series that I saw. And I had all 3 games on. That's the only trace of Black Lives Matter or anything like that.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No.
And I'm really proud to see Sam Coonrod stand up and actually read something on their website.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And yeah, think of the bravery, like you said.
Oh,
nobody else on his team was with him on that one.
Right. Nobody else took any time to care about what Black Lives Matter organization really stands for and means. They don't care. They don't have any interest. They're just Black Lives Matter. Okay, yep, they do. Well, they do. Yeah, the sentiment is fine. I mean, everybody agrees with the sentiment. It's the organization you got to watch out for. And he did, to his credit. He did. I mean, I wonder how many Major League Baseball players would be on board with Marxism. Just that aspect of it. Are you okay with that? Are you okay with Black Lives Matter wanting to make the United States of America a Marxist state? You okay with that?
You're not a millionaire in that world.
No, you're not. You're
not playing a kid's game
That's
for a
for
living.
Sure. So, and then the nuclear family. There's other Christians on those teams. The nuclear family isn't meaningful to you? They're trying to disrupt the nuclear family. Okay. So, Sam Coonrod, nice job. That's fantastic. Also, there's the battle over the masks that continues. Jeez, that's getting really dangerous and bad in some areas. Yeah. We'll get into that in a second.
I'm surprised that you talk about baseball. I'm surprised you didn't talk about your favorite sport and mine, which is the WNBA.
WNBA. Hardly even worth mentioning. I guess they walked off the court
during the national anthem.
So I think both teams did.
Saw the players leave.
Look at that. There they
go
go.
Back to their respective locker rooms.
We're going to the locker room.
One of those actions we'll see throughout the season
girls.
As part
See you
of
later.
the social justice initiative.
Yeah, first of many ways that we will see WNBA players using their
social
voices all
justice
season long.
initiative. You've got no social justice if you don't live in this country. You buffoons!
Did you hear that warning? First of many ways we will see WNBA players express themselves this season.
Here's the main thing about that, though. The WNBA is even playing?
Right?
Who wanted that?
Who would have known?
Who wanted it? No one. Nobody wanted that. Nobody's saying, you know what I missed during this quarantine thing is the WNBA. Those words have never been spoken. They've never been spoken.
You talk about a league that's used to playing in empty arenas.
Jeez. No kidding. They don't know the difference between now and last season. Nobody there then, nobody there now.
If a tree falls in the forest, man, I mean, nobody would have known that happened.
WNBA.
If they hadn't have had that special cutaway there.
Right. Right. And, I mean, nobody stayed, nobody watched, nobody turned it on, I'm sure, in their homes. Nobody wasted their time. So the only reason we know that the WNBA teams walked off the floor was because somebody had a special report on it.
Wow.
Great. Okay, thank you for that.
Oh.
Thank you. They're going to make a powerful impact this season. That's just one of the many ways.
One of the many ways.
One of the many ways they're going to fight for social justice.
Yeah, one of the weird things it's going to take getting used to, besides the cardboard cutouts in the stands, is the fact that the announcers are either at home, as is the case with ESPN.
Oh, that is bizarre.
Or the Braves announcers were in their empty stadium in Atlanta calling the game off of the TV monitors.
Why did they look at the field?
Because the game was in New York.
They were. Oh my gosh.
They weren't.
They couldn't go to New York for the game.
Right. Oh,
okay, this is asinine.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, you know what it is? I bet it's that quarantine, that 14-day rule that New York's got.
Oh, it might be.
I bet that's what it is. That's what Cuomo leaned on.
So maybe it's only New York that they'll have to do it that way?
Yeah, but how did the players get allowed to?
I don't know.
Because they weren't there for 14 days.
Know. That's crazy.
That is something else.
And for the play-by-play and color commentators to be at home,
now
watching the game.
ESPN's audio was all over the map last night.
Asinine.
I mean, part of it was Chipper Jones putting his microphone up near his ear. But anyway, other than that, like the Braves announcers in Atlanta sounded like they were there. If you didn't know they were in an empty stadium 1,000 miles away, you'd have no idea. But the ESPN stuff with all three of them at their home locations, that was a little dicey audio-wise.
And ridiculous.
Yeah. I just
you can't get into. I mean, how many booths are in those stadiums? Several. There's all kinds of radio broadcasters, all kinds of. I mean, national and international, local. Just put them in separate booths.
Yeah.
How tough would that be? But I guess they can't go. I guess they can't go to the game. Too dangerous.
Yeah. Only cardboard cutouts and CGI get to go there, unless you're, the anointed one, Dr. Anthony Fauci. He got to go.
He got to go.
Yeah, so he threw out the first pitch, Thursday night, and then he got to go and watch the game up in the stands
with two other people.
With two other people, and they were wearing masks. He, however, was not.
I mean, how bizarre is that, Mister? You need to wear a mask wherever you go. Mister, would you please just wear a mask and we can stop this thing in its tracks?
Yeah.
And then he doesn't wear a mask when he's out in public.
Every picture I saw of him, he wasn't wearing a mask, whether he was standing on the field waiting to get introduced, whether he was in the stands watching the game. And he's sitting right next to his wife and some other guy. I mean, there's how many tens of thousands of seats in that stadium, and they're all crammed together. You're being played. Oh, my goodness. It's
insane. Mm-hmm. I don't know who the other guy was. I mean, his wife, you wouldn't socially distance from your wife because you're with her all the time. Mm-hmm. But the other guy, who's he?
And they were doing a better job of wearing the masks than he was.
Yeah.
In most pictures, they both had the masks on. Fauci never did. He said something
had it
like
on during the throw.
Oh, when everybody's watching him. Exactly. Yeah.
And then not so much.
He said he had to drink water or something like that. This isn't called drinking water, Doc. I'm holding up my phone because that's what he was doing. He wasn't drinking water. He was sitting there watching.
That was his excuse?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway. It's agonizing. It really is. The mask thing is agonizing. The whole thing is agonizing. I'm done with it. I'm really kind of done with it. And I know I shouldn't be because we're still deep in it. I mean, you know, not only does Texas have this 375,000 infections, then we get a hurricane on top of it. So in Corpus, they had to rescue people, and they said everybody they rescued, they were going to treat as if they had COVID-19. So what a hassle. What a nightmare. Mm-hmm. Everything is being run by this stupid virus. Also, over the weekend, the BLM mural in New York City got painted over again. I think we have a video of that. This just keeps happening.
Yeah. There it is. Another artist hard at work.
This time a white guy.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Shut up. I think it's funny.
So how do they fix that so fast? Because that was just done a few days ago, and then it was fixed.
Right, that's a good point. I don't know.
That's amazing that they went out there and fixed it so fast.
Yep.
And this guy who's watching
is uninterrupted for a long time.
And the guy just can't believe what he's doing. Oh, how horrific this is.
Sir. I love how the cops wait.
Step up, sir. Sir, you gotta stop. Step up.
Anyway.
Sir. Sir. Whoa.
Does he slip around in the paint with him?
No, thankfully the police officer. What are you doing?
That was kind of fun last week.
Hey, almost.
Don't run, guys. Don't make it another incident.
I wouldn't want to have to. I'm sure glad I'm not a cop.
Right?
First of all, they got to touch everybody. Secondly, he's all in paint. I don't want to get all messed up with paint.
Go that way, over there.
Okay.
All right. So there it is, the Black Lives Matter
constantly
mural.
I think it's like 4 times now it's been defaced.
Painted over once again. And they'll fix it probably by now. I'll bet you it's been fixed already. I don't know how they do that. That's pretty impressive, actually.
Power wash. I have no idea.
I don't know.
Because how do you get the paint off without getting the other paint off? That's a great question.
Good question. Also, BLM descended on Weatherford, Texas. And that didn't go very well.
No.
They wanted to tear down one of the Confederate statues in Weatherford. And a bunch of people showed up.
A bunch of people. I think the disparity was like 600 to 12.
Oh, wow.
Somebody counted.
So there were 12 peaceful, wonderful BLM protesters there just wanting to tear down a statue.
Yeah, and then,
leave them alone.
Right.
Leave them alone.
Peaceful.
White people.
Right.
Whiteys. Were they white? All of them? Every single one of them white, I'll bet you.
Yeah, so, and then, you talk about these peaceful Black Lives Matter protesters.
Yeah.
And they're just walking down the street.
Plant flowers and tear down statues.
They're walking down the street, minding their own business, and watch this. This white guy comes up out of nowhere.
Oh, no.
And just...
Don't say that.
Yeah, he sucker punches one of the innocent BLM protesters.
Oh, no,
Do we have that video? Goes a little something like...
I guess if you talk about it long enough, it'll happen. And there it is.
Oh, no!
Boy.
Oh, no! What is that white guy doing? Assault!
Just sucker punched him and ran away.
Ran away like a coward.
Huh, man. That's whitey for you. That's how white folks will do you.
Wait. Oh, wait. There was some... So time existed before that video started? Let's see what led up to that then, shall we?
Oh, there's context? Wait, okay.
Oh. So they run over here, right? Now this guy, yellow shirt guy, watch him. Oh, no!
Oh, boy, they're bashing him in the head.
So
with
he gets sucker punched by black dude with the umbrella, with the white umbrella.
Okay.
And so yellow shirt dude goes and finds black dude with white umbrella.
And then sucker punches him back.
Pays him back.
Boom.
Oh, okay. But the whole context not being reported, just white guy sucker punches, peaceful Black Lives Matter protest. It's like when a penalty happens in the NFL, it's always the guy who retaliates.
Well, yeah, every single time.
Every single time.
Every time.
Oh, dude, we didn't go over our Pat Gray bingo square.
Oh, that's right. We do have a new one.
Shoot, I just thought
We
of
do
it.
have a new one. We'll get to that in about 60 seconds. Let me tell you about Scoremaster. This is a great service. I love this thing. It was created by credit data scientists. And the average Scoremaster user raises their credit score 61 points in 20 days or less. Not just a couple points, not like, 5 points that don't do you any good. 61 points. One listener raised her credit score 102 points in 11 days. Another raised his score 53 points in 17 days. Scoremaster. It's the new science that super boosts your credit score faster and easier than anything you've ever tried. Scoremaster puts you in control of your credit score. This is how you add points to your credit score fast. And, of course, having a great credit score helps every aspect of your life, whether it's getting a home loan, buying a car, refinancing, getting a job even. Sometimes they'll check your credit score. You can enroll in just minutes and see how many plus points you can add to your credit score. You'll be shocked at how fast you can do it. Visit scoremaster.com/Pat. That's scoremaster.com/Pat.
Beware. Pat Gray is unleashed.
All right. New Pat Gray bingo card, which starts in the upper left-hand corner with Flex Seal family of products. Is that the only actual audio we have of that and have ever had is the...
I saw this boat in half guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think that'll suffice.
So it'll have to suffice because that's all we have.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, if you do need a Pat Gray bingo card to play along, go to @PatUnleashed on Twitter. It's pinned to the very top. Print it up and play along this week.
I saw this boat in half.
So that'll be it. All right, that's your Flex Seal family of products right there.
Mm-hmm.
You just want people to die?
Yeah, I guess if you just say that, that'll work.
Then we got Hal, the computer.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
We got that. There's
I'm
this.
afraid I can't do that. This conversation can serve no purpose anymore.
Oh.
Goodbye.
So either of those, any of those.
If you hear Hal, yeah.
In the buttocks. Something happened to them in the buttocks.
Yeah, we'll figure out a place for that for sure.
Everything is awesome when you're part of a team. Run, Liz, run. Okay, is that both versions or just the actual version?
I don't know. I mean, I guess if that's going to be tricky.
Or just say run, Liz, run?
Yeah, I think if you just say, because there's no speaker above
There's no speaker above
you
it.
just say run, Liz, run, and then it'll count.
Okay. Keith saying, here's a fun fact. Then the how old were you then? and you could put in a like a month or a year there too. Like how old were you in early 2020? Come on. Like that. All right. Martin has this. We love the Chinese people too, but come on.
I love Chinese people too, but come on.
Oh man, that's from
That's from ShamWow guy.
ShamWow, yeah,
Vince.
ShamWow. The top 40 countdown voice. Now un-American top 40. Obama breathalyzer or inhalator?
Oh my goodness, that was painful.
He was fantastic. He's always been fantastic.
They end up taking up a hospital bed.
Right.
It costs they just gave him treatment early.
Treatment early.
And they got some treatment. And a breathalyzer.
Breathalyzer.
Or an inhalator.
Or an inhalator.
Not a breathalyzer.
Not an inhalator either. Inhaler.
Oh, he's a good one.
Talking about, I think. Good and plenty clause. The new normal. Keith, am I right?
Am I right?
The applause track? Oh, okay. Let's see here.
Wait, I think, isn't that...
I have this one.
Yeah, Martin plays it. There it is.
Or
Yay.
this.
Or
Yeah.
if we hear
Either
clapping.
of those.
Whatsoever.
Clapping. Yeah. We got that going for us. And, I love this one from Biden.
You are the only person who plays this. You know this? I can't believe this doesn't get more play out there.
Yeah, it is weird because this is serious stuff. This is obvious racism. I mean, this is obviously a racist comment.
In Delaware, the largest growth in population is Indian Americans moving from India. You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking.
He's not joking either.
joking,
He's
man.
not joking. He's not. He's an actual racist. He's not joking here. Think of if that was Trump.
Oh,
he'd be excoriated. Excoriated. And it would be nonstop.
I'm not joking.
That's his thing, though. He's never joking. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Sweet Cheeks is the next one. Jeffy saying, Who among us?
Who among us?
Gadfly.
That's you, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
That's a square, y'all. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. Jeffy avoids giving his age.
Mm-hmm.
Then, ouch. Talk down to me a little bit. And Kanye poopity scoop.
Oh.
Do we have that still? I don't know if I do. Quite honest.
Really?
I don't know if I do anymore.
Oh.
I don't. I think I thought, I'm not going to use that again. And then here it is.
I mean,
Time to use it again.
Kanye's in the news so much.
He is.
You might want to
put that back in, huh? Yeah, we'll probably have to put that one back in. All right, so those are the keywords and phrases you're listening for.
And what's the incentive for winning?
You get to choose whatever you want from shop.blazemedia.com/Pat.
Or just patheadshop.com.
Patheadshop.com.
Thank you,
Okay,
Robert.
and that'll redirect.
Yes.
Nice. Thanks to a listener of ours.
Yes.
Who was the listener of ours?
Is Robert.
Robert.
From
Thank
Artisan
you for doing
Escapes.
That. Very cool. All right. So you can pick out anything, and we got some great, really cool stuff there. Really fun. All right. CNN has now taken a hard stand against Trump's briefings, but now their hero, Saint Fauci of DCC, is a fan of them. And so now what do? Because Fauci loves them now because they're short, concise. They're telling people to wear masks and don't get into big crowds. And he loves that. And they don't take much time.
Does he love that? Because I've got proof that he does not.
Look how much he loves it. He loves it. He loves it. Is that great?
Oh, what a hypocrite.
I know.
I can't.
I know. But it's just interesting to me that CNN with this hard stand, we don't want to take his propaganda. Okay, don't then. But the guy that you trumpet all the time as the savior of the universe, Saint Fauci of DCC. That's like Francis of Assisi. Just if you're trying to spell it out, and I've seen people try to spell it out, and they spelled it out incorrectly.
Oh,
it's DC, and then you'd have the little
thingy.
The little thingy.
Little thingy.
You know, it's not a comma. It's the thing that
I don't know.
Apostrophe, and then it's apostrophe ISI.
Okay, so
no,
capital
SI, just SI, because the DC takes care of the first EC, and so it's C.
So
SI.
the proper spelling of Saint Francis, Saint Fauci
of DCC
is capital D, capital C, apostrophe.
Right, apostrophe SI.
Got it.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
And that's important. It's important to know that. All right. 888-900-3393. And Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Some new research, by the way, about masks. And this is important because the new research shows that narcissists and psychopaths are more likely to refuse to wear masks. So
guilty.
Yeah.
Whatever. Call me whatever you want to, man.
However, douchebags and sheep are way more likely to roll over and play dead for whatever unconstitutional order the government gives them. Just so you know, according to the new research that I just did in my head, that's the case.
You took a Pat poll?
Yeah, I did. Of Pat. 2 recent studies looked at the relationship between personality traits and reactions to restrictions put in place to slow the spread of coronavirus. Researchers found that people possessing so-called dark triad traits, narcissism, psychopathy, and Machiavellianism were less likely to comply with restrictions or engage in preventative measures against the pandemic. Yeah, don't look into people who love the Constitution. Don't look into that at all.
Does freedom-loving have any application here?
No, that has nothing to do with it here. Is this pathetic? Both studies, which combined surveyed more than 1,000 people in Poland? Okay. All right.
Okay.
And then it was published in a peer-reviewed academic journal, Personality and Individual Differences. I'd never miss an issue, especially the swimsuit edition of Personality and Individual Differences.
Wow, that's got to be...
It's hot every year.
H-O-T. Am I right?
You're right. You're absolutely right. In adaptive and maladaptive behavior during the COVID-19 pandemic, the role of dark triad traits, collective narcissism, and health benefits. Along with they surveyed, and it goes into the people who actually did the survey, and they surveyed 755 people. So it's not even 1,000 people in Poland between the ages of 18 and 78. Second half of March, in the 3rd and 4th weeks of government pandemic restrictions. Okay, and they found out that if you're not complying with the government, you're just a bad and psychotic person. That's all.
Oh, whatever.
All right, so there you go. So now you know. And especially since it happened in Poland, which has nothing to do with what we do here.
Yeah.
Because we do things for other reasons. I don't know if they're aware of that. We do have what's called a constitution here that it kind of empowers people to think that they don't have to be told by the government what it is they should and shouldn't do.
In theory.
In theory, yes.
In theory. I don't know. That's.
I love the fact that in Miami, they're even telling people to wear them inside. Miami's mayor said, I want you to wear them. I recommend please wear them in your house.
Back off.
Who's going to do that?
Back off. Somebody, I guarantee there's a lot of people. There's some people out there that will absolutely do that.
If you do that, if you wear a mask inside your house, you need to be committed. I mean, then you are some kind of psychopath. That's a sickness. That's an illness.
Well, remember Broward County. That's the ordinance there. Wear it in your house and make sure people have access to them.
Wow.
What? No. And
wow.
I'm sure we'll get to it later. But speaking of Miami, boy,
yeah, we have that. Oh my gosh.
You better be sure that you're not only wearing your mask, but wearing it properly.
Yeah, that's too long to play right here, but we'll get to that coming up here in a few minutes because it's amazing. It's amazing.
That's why I say the Constitution, I mean, in theory it applies.
Not to the people who are gung-ho on this mask thing. They don't care about that at all.
And not to John Roberts either.
No. Oh. Yeah,
it was a rough weekend for the news cycle. If you love freedom,
yeah, it was. This Supreme Court that is so conservative,
it's so far right, it's ridiculous.
So far right,
right?
They're so far right. They've gone all the way back around to the left somehow. In fact, we'll tell you about this latest horrific ruling by the U.S. Supreme Court. Casinos in Nevada have more freedom than churches do in a 5-4 decision by the U.S. Supreme Court. Congratulations. There's your right-wing Supreme Court at work. Oh, man.
Crazy.
What's next? They're probably gonna eliminate Roe v. Wade next. Mm-hmm. And they haven't been asked to. They haven't even been asked to, and they'll probably do it. 888-900-3393. More coming up. Welcome. Libertarian Porcupine tweets at Pat Unleashed. Hey, Keith, ever think that the BLM on the mound was the result of a dyslexic grounds crew member? Right, because it's BLM is MLB backward.
Okay, maybe it's the same guy who put chefs in the end zone instead of chiefs.
Right.
Remember that guy, the Snickers commercial?
Yeah.
Great
yeah.
googly moogly.
Way to jump to conclusions.
Sorry.
Puddin'. Cleo the hitchhiking dog. I predict the Mets will now be shunned by comrades de Blasio and Cuomo and will, from here on, be called the Niets by them.
Niets! Okay, because they didn't kneel.
Niets, right.
Yeah, okay.
Pew Pew One Pew tweets, cardboard cutout fans were the highest attendees at the WNBA since forever.
They probably like the new normal over at the WNBA.
It's no different for them.
They feel like there's people there.
Laugh track, the WNBA players walking off during the national anthem, their fans have been doing that for years. Lord Rupert Everton, if it weren't for cameras at a WNBA game, would anyone know if they weren't on the court for the anthem? Moreover, if the game was ever played at all. No, they would not. Mm-hmm. Caffeinated Texan tweets, Michelangelo did murals. Can we please stop calling that stupid graffiti a mural?
Great point.
Jane Wrighton, too bad they can't clean up the city of New York as fast as they can clean up the mural. Yeah, true. Kara 3022, hey gang, public voting for Radio Hall of Fame is up and running this morning.
Oh, that's right, finally, yes.
Wasn't he supposed to be in the studio today? Wasn't that what we were told?
What happened with that, by the way?
And now he's still, I'm not going to vote for him until he gets back in the studio. Wow. All right, go ahead and vote for him.
Okay.
Go ahead and vote for him for Radio Hall of Fame.
So I do have your permission to post the ballot?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, so voting starts today. If you want the link, go to Pat Unleashed on Twitter.
Okay, yeah, I mean, come on. He deserves it.
Oh, yes.
Big time. A damn Schiffler tweets, my gosh, all this while I've been running around thinking I'm a normal person. Little did I know that I was a psychopath and a narcissist all along. Yeah, well, that's what studies have found. In Poland, if you're not wearing a mask, that you're either a narcissist or a psychopath, or more likely to be anyway. So you got that going for you.
Guilty.
888-900-3393. Let's see. New Mexico authorities, this is really bad, are investigating a deadly shooting at an auto shop after a man who refused to wear a mask allegedly tried to run over the shop owner's son and crashed into a vehicle before driving off. An incident report written by the sheriff's deputies say they were searching for the man. They received a call from the shop owner saying the man had returned and that his son had shot someone. Deputies found 2 men on the ground. One didn't have a pulse. So this is kind of confusing. So the guy tried to run over the shop owner, right?
Because he didn't want to wear a mask.
And then the son, then he came back and the son shot him? Is that how that worked? Or did he shoot the son?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he tried to run over the son with his car. I think that's what happened.
Okay, this whole mask thing is not worth that.
Right.
Can we just, it's not worth that.
These are shots in a civil war over masks, man. It is madness.
Gotta stop.
Can we govern ourselves, please?
Then there's this crazy lady who saw some people eating in a park, and they were by themselves. You know, they weren't socially distanced because they're a family and they live together. So they're in the park eating, having a good time on a Sunday afternoon.
And look at this.
She comes in and maces them.
What are you doing? You cannot be serious. You just maced him? You just maced him. You just maced him. You just maced him and their food because you disagreed. Don't worry, I'm videotaping. Don't worry. I'm not going to.
That's not okay.
Wow. She would not have escaped that easily if that was me.
What's wrong with
wow. I mean, maybe I'm just a terrible person. I would have taken that can of mace from her and maced her right in her face.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, man. I would not have put up with that. There's no way. There is no way.
Well, there's an update if they've
caught up. But they handled it the right way. They did it. They did it the right way. Good for you. They kept their heads a little better than I would have. If you would have maced my family, I'm sorry, I'm taking that rat out of your hand and using it myself.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And plus, they're eating.
Yeah.
You're allowed to remove your mask to eat and drink.
Not according to the mask police, that woman right there. The self-appointed mask police.
What was that study in Poland? The people that refuse to wear masks are the psychopaths?
Right. Wow.
I'm finding more incidents of people with masks doing that kind of thing to people without.
Because they think you're killing them. They think you're killing them when you're not wearing a mask. Or you're killing somebody in their family somehow. I don't know. You're a genocidal maniac if you don't have a stinking mask on. The same mask, by the way, that we've been told over and over and over and over again, they don't work. They don't work. The only ones that are super effective are the gas masks, literal gas masks that you wear. Otherwise, you're letting stuff in the whole time.
And seriously, how often are you washing your mask?
Oh, they're not everywhere. They're not, unless it's a cloth mask, and unless there's at least 3 cloths sewn together. It's not doing anything for you at all. And then with the cloth mask, you must wash it with the other ones. These surgical masks that we've worn several times. You got to throw them away and use a new one the next time, or it's no good. Or you can get some other infection from them because it's not healthy to breathe the same thing that you breathed last time that's already been infected with something. It's contaminated.
Exactly. Or you could just get the ShamWow mask, right? Because you can wash that one.
You can wash that.
Vince told us about that.
I love Chinese people too, but come on.
See? There you go.
And the ShamWow one has zinc.
Yeah, zinc.
It's made with zinc.
And it's not woven, so it stops the particles better.
Yeah, because unwoven things are good.
Yeah.
And we saw, they show a little demonstration. The virus bounces right off the zinc.
Yeah, and it goes, and doesn't it make that noise? Bing!
Bing! Yeah, it does.
So as you're walking, whoa, I avoided, that was a close one.
Bing! Bing, bing. You'll be hearing that as you walk the whole time.
Thank goodness
bing,
I
bing, bing,
got a mask on from ShamWow.
And then you just take it off at the end of the day, wash it, throw it in the dryer, put it back on the next day. You're good. You're good to go. Then there's this guy who has been fined in Miami for not wearing a mask. This is crazy stuff. The police talk him through this whole thing, and I don't think I would have done as well as this guy did either.
Nope.
Check this out.
They're in the gym. I don't care. They're working out.
I'm in a gym.
To breathe.
But even outside,
like
I just literally
they don't
had
care.
it over
He's
my
at a gym.
mouth.
This is the thing, dude. So you understand. You gotta wear it properly. Everyone else is wearing it properly. We're wearing it properly. What? Doing this does not help anybody. You're still.
I'm on the phone as you talk, and I'm outside and I was on the phone.
I was
Problem
on
is,
the phone.
this is the thing, dude.
What's it do?
So you understand.
What's the thing, dude?
You have to wear it properly. If you're not wearing it properly, it's not like you're wearing it at all.
Pause it for a second. So he's got a mask. They just don't like the way he's wearing it.
Right.
Okay, he's wearing a mask. Now the problem is he's not wearing it properly.
And these are undercover. These guys are in. The guy writing the ticket is in a University of Miami golf shirt. And the guy talking right now is in some blue t-shirt, which ironically says, seriously? And they are lying in wait for citizens to, no, you're not wearing it properly.
So they can fine him $150.
I can't take it.
Let's see the rest of this.
Can I not sign it? I don't really want to.
And okay, pause it again. Then they're handing him stuff that he had been contaminated with you. I don't know where you've been. I don't want to touch your pen. I don't want to touch your notebook. You're worried about my mask coming down just a little bit under my nose. But now you want me to take the pen, this filthy pen that's been who knows where, and sign with it. Are you also providing me a hand wipe after this?
Yeah.
Or sanitizer of some kind? Because this is madness.
And there's this one point where the guy in the blue shirt, the cop in the blue shirt, pulls his mask down a little bit. It's like, wait a minute. I'm getting a fine for doing exactly what you're doing right now. It's madness, man.
Let's see if we can get through this madness.
This is the thing, man. It's $110.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
You can dispute it in court.
Let me finish. It's $110, but you don't have to necessarily pay $110. You can call, you can do community service, you can do a different thing in order to supplement for it. So I would suggest you take it. If you don't take it, I don't want to arrest you.
Oh, you're going to arrest me?
You're going to arrest me. If you don't sign it, you'll be arrested?
What
Show me that in the Constitution where that's okay. What?
The worst.
This is nuts.
Yeah, it sure is, man. I feel for you. I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain.
We're just enforcing what was said, okay?
Well, you guys are playing close.
No, it's not okay.
Like a sneaky trick, too. Now you got to go.
But if they're in uniform, they would do what they're supposed to do. But they're not doing what they're supposed to do. We're not in uniform, so...
I'm sorry. Pause it for a sec. I would have gone full Nazi on him then. That's what a lot of SS troopers said, too, in World War II. We're just enforcing what we were told to do.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know this is not the same level of infringement, but this is where it starts. Look how far we have slid down that slope already. How much further are we going to allow ourselves to slide? And I'm not saying we shouldn't wear a mask if it's, if a business wants us to or your church wants you to. Fine, whatever. I'm saying governments should not mandate it. Governments shouldn't be telling us to wear a mask inside, outside, and then if you're wearing one, how exactly it must be worn.
I mean, remember, Broward County says you have to provide a mask for people that visit your home. Texas actually says, and thank God there's no one enforcing it that I know yet in Texas, but if you are traveling in your private vehicle with someone other than your immediate family,
you got to wear a mask.
You both have to wear a mask.
Shut up.
Are you for real? Are you? My mom lives here, so she doesn't live with me. But according to whatever law you're grabbing out of the sky, we both have to wear a mask to drive down the road?
They're not laws. They're orders. They're executive orders. That's what they are. And there is no law. There's no law here that is being enforced.
And there's also no end in sight for this madness. It's ramping up.
Right.
The trajectory is not good right now.
Yeah, they're trying to tell us, like, maybe 2 years we'll be doing this. No.
How about 0 years?
We're not doing this for 2 years. If there's sheep who just want to say, I'll do it for 2 years, that's fine. Okay, good. Good for you.
I don't know the details. I saw the headline that Home Depot, Walmart, others are relaxing their mask policy.
Oh, I saw that too. And you know why?
It's a business decision at this point.
Yes. And it was because people are on both sides just too out of control over it. And they're like, we don't want that kind of stuff going on in our store. And I don't blame them. So, there's people who are pissed that they're wearing the mask. There's people who are pissed that they have to wear it they're not wearing it. And it was just too much. And they just said, okay, just stop. It's a good decision, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Is there more on this?
I don't know.
Or did we see it all?
I don't know.
You think people drive normally when there's a police car around?
This!
It's the same thing. You should be doing it at all times.
All right, guys. Have a good one. Try to ease up a little bit on people.
Man, I would be out of my mind right now.
I was talking to my mom on the phone. And said, the victim in this.
They don't care.
The guy who had to sign the ticket. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he makes the point, you guys sneaking up, you're not even in uniform. And the cop justifies it by going, what do you think people obey traffic laws when they see a cop? So you're just you're admitting that you're lying in wait just to grab a citizen.
An unsuspecting American.
Not make it a safer environment, as you want to claim, but just so you can write these tickets.
My hat's off to that guy. He handled it. He handled it really well.
Yeah.
I would have lost my mind. I would have been arrested, I'm sure.
I want to follow up with this. I want this to be a test case. I want him to end up in court challenging this.
I can't. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Sure is. Unbelievable, Pat.
I mean, how do you...
Keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Yeah, so... There you go.
Oh, America, get it together.
Hard to take, isn't it? It's hard to see this happen to the country we all love so much. It's heartbreaking. It's soul crushing to watch this happen to the United States of America. And sadly, so far, we're just taking it. We're mostly just taking it. And, what did Franklin say? If you're willing to give up your freedom for your security, you're going to lose both. And you deserve neither. And it's absolutely right. That's sort of a hybrid of what Franklin and Jefferson both said, something very similar. And that's a hybrid of the two. But that's the main point here, is that we can't give up our freedom for our safety. And we're doing it willingly, mostly, over and over and over again.
And is it even safety that we're giving up this freedom for? That's debatable, too.
Yeah, it really is. Yes, it really is. I mean, look at this. Wedding planners are saying that wedding venues for weddings are safe, and you can have a lot of people at your wedding at a venue.
Yeah, this is Kentucky. This is a Brashear edict.
But if you want to do it at your home, you can only have 10 people there.
Right. Okay, stay out of my house.
Now, I guess, is there some reason for that madness?
Yeah,
because the venue is bigger? Is that
sure? That's bigger.
Sure.
They'll have to check your temperature and keep people apart. I don't care.
Check temperatures.
Okay, it's my house. I don't care. You're not. Just take all the wedding stuff, the temperature checks aside. It's my house.
Yeah.
So
that doesn't mean anything anymore. It's meaningless. Your home that doesn't matter at all. I mean, pretty soon they'll be breaking down our door to see if we're wearing our mask in our home. In our beds, asleep at 2 o'clock in the morning. You guys have your mask on? Are you sleeping night-night with your mask on?
I had to brush my teeth. I just got up to brush my teeth, and I was getting back in it. What do you mean?
Well, you got to have your mask on while you brush your teeth. You need to pull the mask forward and then brush your teeth underneath the mask.
But
you bastard.
That doesn't... I don't like that.
Tough. Nobody likes it, but we all just comply, okay?
Seriously.
Just comply.
I mean, we are 5 months out. What is it going to be like 5 months from now, man?
All right. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter, where Lord Rupert Everton tweets, Jerry Nadler's pants are pulling double duty as a face mask.
Oh.
Is that because he pulls them up so high?
Yes.
You go over it.
We've got a video of him we can get to later as well. Talking about Antifa.
Yeah, I like that. That's funny. Alexandria Go, someone at the grocery store asked me to put on a mask, so I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. That's appropriate. I bet put an end to the discussion, right? F in Florida man tweets, I think this weekend's news was bad. Yeah, you said, like, Keith. It should be Keith thinks this weekend's news was bad.
Oh, yeah.
He hasn't even gotten to the UFO story.
That's right. We got UFO news. Big UFO news.
Congress is a council of pirates. Where's Keith's care package? Do we have a care package?
I think I've got it here. Yeah. You want me to open it now?
I guess.
Okay.
Let's see what it is.
All right. This is what let's see. It says, love you, Keith. Tyler Morgan of Relentless Daring. I think him and some... I got some messages on Twitter this weekend to be looking for this. So I don't know what this is.
It's either something Braves, Huskers, or Connells related.
Oh.
Would be my guess.
No,
none of the above.
Oh, you people. You know what this is?
No idea.
Little backstory here. I complained about wind chimes on Twitter quite profusely last weekend.
That you don't like them?
I hate them.
Why?
They're annoying.
Do you have some at your house?
No, I'm.
Then what do you care?
Because I shot a video over at across the street there. My neighbors are out of town. And I'm sitting there watching their house.
And so, being the smart Alex that our listeners are, they specifically sent you wind chimes.
So
noisy ones too.
Oh, good. Yeah, excellent. These will be hanging up far away from my house.
Isn't that fun?
I despise wind chimes. Do you like wind chimes? There's nothing calming about them.
I don't really have any thoughts on wind chimes. I don't really care.
Yeah, they're disturbing.
There's not enough wind chimes in my neighborhood to really, I don't think anybody has loud ones. I never hear them. But did we talk about the Supreme Court yet? Barely, right? I think we talked about the fact that we were going to talk about it. So the just ludicrous right-wing Supreme Court filled with Barry Goldwater's all Barry Goldwaters are
like 9 of them, right?
Like 9 Barry Goldwaters. These people, and a Supreme Court Chief Justice that's like Ronald Reagan. So you got like 8 Barry Goldwaters and 1 Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
Guys, it's so pathetic.
Yeah, and well, there's a Ron Paul in there as well, just kind of for effect. So it's 7-1-1.
Right. Okay, I can go along with that. But this sharply divided U.S. Supreme Court denied a rural Nevada church's request late Friday night to strike down as unconstitutional a 50-person cap on worship services as part of the state's ongoing response to the coronavirus. Okay, so churches are limited to 50 people. 50. Casinos can have 50% capacity.
Wow.
So how many people can you cram into a casino? 2,000? 5,000? I don't know. There's thousands of people at a casino. You can do 50 or less at a church. They're like, okay, something's wrong here. This is like unconstitutional. First Amendment, anyone? Yeah, no one wants the First Amendment, especially not the U.S. Supreme Court. In a 5-4 decision, the court refused to grant the request from the Christian Church east of Reno to be subjected to the same restrictions in Nevada that allow casinos, restaurants, and other businesses to operate at 50% capacity with proper social distancing. I can't even believe it.
This is egregious.
So, Chief Justice John Roberts sided with the liberals again.
Wow, what a disappointment, man.
The Bush boys, W and his daddy, have appointed 2 of the worst Supreme Court justices in the history of this nation. H.W. Bush did David Souter, and W. Bush did John Roberts. And they both turned out horrible. Mm-hmm. I mean, each of them also gave us 2 of the best justices of all time, Clarence Thomas, Sam Alito. But the other ones,
we should have been able to double that number.
Yes,
no
excuse. We should not be in the position we're in right now. It should not be happening. There were some scathing writings done in the minority ruling.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Sam Alito said, the Constitution guarantees the free exercise of religion. It says nothing about the freedom to play craps or blackjack, to feed tokens into a slot machine, or to engage in any other game of chance. Under the governor's edict, a 10-screen multiplex may host 500 moviegoers at a time. That's according to Gorsuch.
Mm-hmm.
A casino, too, may cater to hundreds at once, with perhaps 6 people huddled at each craps table here and similar number gathered around every roulette wheel there. But churches, synagogues, and mosques are banned from admitting more than 50 worshipers, no matter how large the building, how distant the individuals, how many wear face masks, no matter the precautions at all. And yet, sorry. No.
What did we say earlier about the Constitution still mattering?
Yeah. To the highest court in the land, the guys whose job it is to protect and defend that Constitution. That's their one job. That's all their job is. They can't do it. They're not doing it. They ruled some kind of ridiculous. Well, they didn't even say anything about this time because they made a similar ruling for another church somewhere else was it in California? And at that time they said, yeah, you're mixing secular with non-secular. You can't do that. What? Wait, what? The Constitution protects the churches. It doesn't protect the secular necessarily.
I mean, if there's ever a clear, cut and dry case, it should have been this one.
It should have been.
Was this an economic decision? Well, there's a tax base involved in this one.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
So weird.
But Roberts is wow, he's blown it. I mean,
he sucks.
He's awful. Every big time ruling. I mean, on some of the minor things that you don't care that much about, he'll make some kind of attempt at a constitutional ruling.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to something that really matters, like this,
you're right.
He doesn't. He's never there for us.
See, for the longest time, you thought, okay, well, if they've got something on him, then the deal they made was you're going to always uphold Obamacare. Well,
and he does.
Yeah, and then it's also stuff like this. I think it's just big cases. It's his legacy crap.
It is.
He doesn't want to be the court, the Roberts court that really shook the foundations of society.
He doesn't want to be the guy that was the conservative leader of a conservative court. He doesn't want to be seen that way. So I guess he wants the opposite of that. I don't know. I don't know what it is. This happens to about half of the conservative judges that are appointed. About half of them turn out this way. Anyway, Gorsuch wrote, I think, the main dissent. He said, this is a simple case. Under the governor's edict, a 10-screen, we did that part.
You pretty much covered all of it, except for maybe at the very bottom.
In Nevada, it seems, it's better to be an entertainment than religion. Maybe that's nothing new. But the First Amendment prohibits such obvious discrimination against the exercise of religion. Yes! How could you not see it that way? The world we inhabit today, with a pandemic upon us, poses unusual challenges, but there is no world in which the Constitution permits Nevada to favor Caesar's Palace over Calvary Chapel. Really good. And really true. I don't understand how you deny that.
And weren't we concerned that Gorsuch was...
Yeah.
What was it? Or was it No, it was Gorsuch. We were going to worry about him and religious freedom.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a hero writing that dissent.
Yeah. I mean, that's a solid opinion right there. I don't know. Again, I don't know how you argue with it, but they did. And 5-4 ruling the other way. You would think with the configuration of the court right now, we would win every single one of these. Every single one of these that are close. We should have won by now.
Well, I mean, you talk about how Republican appointees, maybe we hit about half the time. It's probably less than that. But at least it's balanced out by, because when a Democrat puts a liberal on the court, those sometimes make really crazy conservative rulings.
Well, I will amend that just slightly. The one sort of exception has been Elena Kagan.
I think it's a libertarian streak in her that
she
shines.
does have. At least she has that, and she'll shock you every once in a while.
Yep.
And again, usually not on the main decisions.
And it's never 5-4. It's always 7-2, 6-3,
8-1.
I want to see 5-4 rulings with Elena Kagan
being the deciding vote. That'd be great.
Basically canceling out John Roberts' stupid votes.
Wouldn't that be great? I'd love that to happen. It's not going to, but I'd love for it to.
So do we know, I should have probably looked this up. I wonder if that church went ahead and said, yeah, you know what? We're going to go ahead and meet on Sunday. Because this came down Friday. Let's...
I will say this. No, maybe I better not. Get us in trouble. I heard there was a church.
What? Oh, no.
Somewhere nearby.
No.
Might have had 76 people attend. Because they split up when you come, like every other week. And apparently 76 people came.
And you've heard this.
I just heard that. About some church. I don't know which one.
At least you live in Texas. It's not like the governor there is going to crack down on anything.
Right.
I mean, that's another example.
I know.
When your back is against the wall and freedom and the Constitution really tested, you would expect that would be the time to shine, these conservative leaders. But
yeah, but
no.
Abbott, we discussed this. I think Abbott absolutely freaked out at some point over what was happening in Texas with the COVID numbers, and he hasn't been the same ever since. Oh, by the way, they're doing a little retrospective on Regis Philbin, who died over the weekend.
Man,
really
that
sad.
stinks.
Yeah, really sad. He was 88, and apparently had been a little ill for a while, and so, quite ill, apparently. Doesn't get much more ill than dead. But we'll miss him. He seemed like a good guy. I don't think I ever met Regis, but seemed like a really good guy.
I've never heard anything bad about him.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Did we, what was it he died of? Do you remember?
Old age.
I thought he had something. Am I wrong?
I don't know. I don't think it was cancer or anything.
Okay.
I think all I read was natural causes.
Okay.
So.
All right, well, that's good. All right. And then you had the guy from Steely Dan, right?
The guy from Steely Dan? Who? This I have not heard.
Oh, no.
Walter Becker or Donald Fagen?
I don't know.
Those are the two guys from Steely Dan.
Who died? Who died over the
Anybody
weekend?
know?
Let's see. Well, Becker died in 2017.
Okay, so we lost him.
Did I get my 80s bands wrong? Who died over the weekend, y'all? Somebody. I know Twitter's going to light up right now. People, I can hear keyboards. Click, clack, click, clack, click, clack, click, clack.
Yeah, Walter Becker, 2017. I don't think I would, if Donald Fagen had died, I think they'd mention that too before it's on the second page.
Peter Green, Fleetwood Mac. See, I got my crappy 80s bands mixed up.
Really close. And crappy? Come on.
Yeah, overrated, I should say. Not
Steely
crappy.
Dan and Fleetwood Mac.
Steelers Wheel,
are two
that's
of the
good. That's
greatest.
Good. Yeah.
No,
There's a couple
that's
good
not
songs
Steelers Wheel. That was.
See,
That's not
then
Steely Dan.
I
or
stand by what I
Fleetwood
originally
Mac.
said. I think what screwed me up with these bands was in '92 when they had the Clinton theme song "Don't Stop Believing."
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That ruined them for me.
As far as Steelers Wheel, you're thinking Stuck in the Middle with You.
Stuck
right?
in the middle with you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Steelers Wheel.
I'm stuck in the middle with
Jerry
these,
Rafferty.
Rice Krispie treats Sarah brought in.
Okay.
These are good, by the way. Thank you. So anyway, yeah. So you had Peter Green
from Fleetwood
Mac died. Regis Philbin.
Olivia de Havilland, who was 104 years old.
Seems to be a third one. There
Literally
you go.
104. I'm not exaggerating.
No.
Yeah.
From Gone with the Wind, right?
Yes. I think she was killed because she was in that movie.
Yeah. I was honestly thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, she had to see what was happening in this society with her movie.
Yeah.
All
right. 888-900-3393. While the left embraces cancel culture, let's get in on that action. Here's something you could do right now and take a stand. Cancel your left-wing supporting cell phone provider. Do it today. Make today the day you take a stand for freedom. And make the switch to America's only conservative cell phone carrier, Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile shares your values. They don't charge you hidden fees. And unlike Big Mobile, especially AT&T and Verizon, they won't send your hard-earned money to Planned Parenthood or other left-wing causes. And you don't have to compromise quality for your integrity because you get the same nationwide, really reliable service, and you support a company that supports America and your values and puts people first. They make it easy to switch. You can keep your phone number if you want to. You could get a new phone or you keep your old one, whatever you want. And right now, when you join their family of freedom-loving Americans, get free activation and a free gift when you use the offer code PAT. Veterans and first responders save even more. So make the switch today. Call 972-PATRIOT. That's 972-PATRIOT. And get started on your customized plan starting at just $25 a month. PatriotMobile.com/Pat. Got some tweets here. John D. tweets at Pat Unleashed. No more personal responsibility. Take that mask order and off. Okay. The Tool in New Jersey. I love to see those cops explain how they give tickets for an executive order violation.
Right.
LOL. Right.
Come on.
Yep. Sherry tweets, I belong to a chain gym, and I kid you not, I have to wear a mask when entering the facility, then walk to the locker rooms, but then can remove it in the fitness area. Then have to put it back on when leaving. The virus is smart enough to not be in the fitness area.
Wow. I'm telling you, we are learning more and more about
ridiculous.
the mental acuity. But somebody else told me that at their gym, they are, and it's apparently enforced, that you're supposed to put your mask on between machines. Like if you walk from one machine to the other, they expect you, and they even tell you.
Come on now.
Stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
Well, I told the story a couple of weeks ago. Went to a restaurant where you have to have your mask on to get in. And then, so I said, okay, well, how do you eat with your mask on? No, you can take it off at the table. Mm-hmm. Okay. So walking to the table, had the mask on, then took the mask off. So did everybody else. There wasn't one single person sitting there with their mask on. Mm-hmm. Then they would get up, walk to the restroom without their mask, walk to another table without a mask, walk up and down the aisles without a mask. How is that helping anything?
Well, we just learned that the virus is very
smart.
Intelligent.
Yeah, it won't get you while you're...
Apparently, if you carry a table around with you all day and just conduct all of your business behind a table or desk area, you're immune.
Or at least have a menu in your hand.
A menu.
A menu.
That might be more practical.
Wards it off. I'm going to keep a menu with me wherever I go.
And so you order, and then the waitress...
I'm immune. I've got a menu.
The waitress starts to pick up the... No, leave that here. I want immunity.
And the same thing applies to a gym. So if you have like a barbell in your hand, it can't get you. So either carry a menu or a barbell.
What if it's like a really, like, this is a 2-pounder? Does that still work?
Yeah, that works.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Cows with Guns tweets, don't forget to mention the Miami cop saying something about turning off the guy's recording.
Yep. At the very end of that video, the cop tells him to turn off his recorder. I'm telling you, this is... Pat, this ain't good, man. What, I can't record you enforcing the law?
The executive order violation?
Is there an executive order about that, too, from the governor that says I can't record the police?
Probably is. There probably don't even ask. There probably is.
You're right.
Caffeinated Texan tweets, first it was 14 days, then 30. They warmed us up, and now it will never end. Yeah, they're just saying now, a lot of times, that the masks are just going to be part of life now. It's everyday life. You just wear a mask in America wherever you go.
Don't ask me again until November 3rd. That's what that's the new timeline.
That's about right.
We'll see how the election goes. Maybe you'll get your freedom back, or maybe it'll be another 4 years of mask wearing.
That's about right. Then we have this woman. I mean, talk about taking your mask off. How about the people who hate this country and want its destruction and then rebuilding it as a Marxist entity? Socialism, communism, anarchy, they don't care. They do care. But they want capitalism gone. They want freedom gone. And here's another woman calling for the end of America. And she's actually lowered her mask to do this. She literally did kind of take her mask off. Check this out. Woman calling for the end of America.
As many of you know, my name is Lilith Sinclair. I'm an Afro-Indigenous, non-binary local organizer here in Portland.
Pause it for a second. Okay, so this is our local African-American non-binary
non-binary.
person. Non-binary.
Yeah, so she's got a lot going on for her.
Yes, she does.
And look at that. There's a dude with a chaplain's collar right behind her there.
Oh, wow. All right, so let's listen to our non-binary friend about what's going on here.
Good day.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
As many of you know, my name is Lilith Sinclair. I'm an Afro-Indigenous, non-binary local organizer here in Portland.
Afro-Indigenous, non-binary.
For the abolition of not just the militarized police state, but also the United States as we know it.
Whoa. Okay, so
I want to make sure that while we are standing here on stolen land, we make sure to do a land acknowledgement.
Oh my gosh.
Abolition of the United States as we know it. Yeah! Yes! Including the guy with the collar.
So this is how liberty dies. With thunderous applause.
Didn't see that coming until, Star Wars kind of alerted us to it.
That's the only living legacy from that set of
It's a good one,
trilogy.
though.
Yeah.
It's a good one. This is so true.
So this is how liberty dies. With thunderous applause.
Same kind of thing. Guy up there ranting and raving about taking power. If you remember the scene, let me play the...
Was he non-binary as well?
No,
at the time?
he was definitely binary.
Okay. I couldn't remember. Maybe the parallels were too similar.
But here's the first part of that.
For a safe and secure society.
And they love it. They're eating it up. And then Natalie says,
This is how liberty dies. With thunderous applause.
That's powerful.
I think the only thing missing was Star Wars. They weren't wearing masks in the Senate. There.
Right. But everything else was there for a safe and secure society. They were willing to give up all their freedom. How are we any different from those buffoons who were applauding the destruction of the Republic?
Yeah, but let's be honest. Jar Jar was in on that. Don't you think?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I don't think he was just dumb. I think he's evil. Yeah, it's good. It's fun. It's fun.
That is fun.
Getting these videos.
But our Afro-Indigenous, non-binary person really kind of summed everything up, calling for the end of the United States of America.
Yeah! Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Screw this freedom stuff!
What a crappy country this has been, huh? Oh, man! Give me Venezuela or give me death. Playing America's best rock. 888-900-3393 at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Smallmouth Bass Kurt tweets, so glad my church has the giblets to ignore our governor's dictates. From a damn Schiffler, you guys keep talking about this Constitution thing. What is that?
Yeah. So that's a previous episode. You might have to go and catch up. It used to be a thing, and now it's
not a thing. Not a thing anymore. Truth matters. Is anyone checking the Supreme Court Justice's Roberts? Primarily his financial info, who's bribing him. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe it is something like that. I don't know. He just may have turned. I do believe it's this legacy thing. He's got this thing up his rectal cavity about this legacy thing. You stop. Just make constitutional rulings. That's what you're supposed to be doing.
It shouldn't be that hard of a job.
Shouldn't. No.
It's either covered by the Constitution or it's not.
On the humanity, or as they've written, the humexnity.
Yeah, because you can't have man in any words anymore.
Right. That's why the Latinx thing, right? That replaces both male and female.
Right.
Latina and Latino. So it's Latinx. I think people are pronouncing it Latinx, but I think it's supposed to be Latinx. Am I right on that, Martin?
I have no idea.
You don't know? Okay. Wow. Aren't you Latinx? And you don't know?
I am not Latinx, no.
You're not? Are you Hispanic?
Yes. I am Hispanic. Okay. I am Latino. I am not Latinx.
Okay,
or
you won't identify.
Lax, whatever it is.
All right.
That's a strange word.
It is. All right. From Kara3022. We didn't read the Humanities tweet. Calvary Chapel should hold its services in the Chapel of Caesar's Palace. Kara3022. We actually lost 4 people. No, that's impossible. You lose 3, and then this is the start of a new 3.
Yeah.
Actor John Saxon passed Saturday night also.
Are you saying that we should be...
So he's the start of a new one.
So 2 more coming down the pike here?
2 more coming up sometime. We don't know. I mean, it's indeterminate how long you wait, or whether they come from music or movies or television, whatever. We'll see. You know it when you see it.
Yeah.
G. Harmon tweets, too many dumb rules. That's it. I'm boycotting all gyms forever to protect my rights. I will endure that loss. Me too.
Wait.
Me too. Even though being the gym rat I am.
Yeah.
And I go there and I'm just nothing but a gadfly while I'm there, talking to people, talking them up. And sometimes they get a little annoyed with me because they want to work out and I want to talk. I want to ask them how their day's been going so far. Because that's such a great question. And it's a real thought starter. It's a conversation starter.
Yeah. Now, so while you're pumping iron, is that when you're chatting to yourself?
A lot of times, yeah.
So how was your weekend?
Yeah. That's me. But because I'm so committed to not complying to their rules, I'm not going to go anymore.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not going to go. So
you are dedicated.
I am. I really am. Mm-hmm. We've got this really nice image too. If you don't believe we're in enough trouble as it is, we got these people saluting outside the mayor's office.
House.
Oh, this is his house.
Her house.
Her house.
Yeah. Look at that. That's her.
There's a lot of female mayors, I'm finding out.
Front patio right there.
They're on her property, and these are communists.
Hammer and sickle.
It is right to rebel. And then the FTP, fight the power.
For the
people.
I think it could mean a lot of things. Something about
fix the plumbing. I'm not really sure what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a good look there in America 2020. Communists on the front stoop of a mayor's residence.
Congratulations. This is the stuff you won't put an end to. And so they're emboldened now. And they're everywhere. Yep. It is our new normal now. This is where we are. This is where we're apparently going to be for a while. I don't know. Maybe it'll subside. It kind of seemed like the Occupy Wall Streeters wouldn't go away, and then they kind of did. Seemed like Antifa wouldn't go away. Well, and they haven't.
Well, they were just lying in wait for something opportunistic like George Floyd.
Right. They take advantage of every little thing that comes around, and every little chance they get for anarchy, they take it.
Yep. I thought it was funny. Back in June, the president, tweeted out to the Seattle mayor, said, the Seattle mayor says about the anarchists take over her city, it's a summer of love. These liberal Democrats don't have a clue. The terrorists burn and pillage our cities, and they think it's just wonderful. Even the death must end this Seattle takeover now. And there was a radio host up there who said, I just walked through it last night out of curiosity.
And he mocked him.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Oh,
Keith?
what happened? Oh,
well, what happened was they set fire to his apartment complex.
Well, he told the president, chill, dog.
Yeah, these are peaceful. These are peaceful protests going on here.
And then a month later, he experiences it for himself.
Chill, dog.
Yeah. And
now he's talking about getting a weapon, a gun, and talking about defending himself.
And what does Twitter do? They respond with, chill, dog. Why do you need a gun, man? I thought it was a peaceful place.
Wait, dude, everything's fine. In fact, everything is awesome when you're part of a team. Aren't you part of the team? Come on. How great is that?
That is something else, man.
It doesn't take long. When it's your place.
We've seen that.
When it's you on the line, that changes everything.
We've seen it with this guy. We've seen it with the mayor of Seattle, ironically enough, because remember, it was all good. Chaz and Chop is democracy in action, Mr. President. Oh, you're at my house now?
Saw it with the mayor of Portland. Yep. Same kind of thing. Although she's still defiant, or is it a he in Portland? I can't remember now.
Mayor Ted Wheeler there.
Yeah, Ted Wheeler.
The governor is the female-ish.
Jeez, just incredible. Really, really, really something. All right. 888-900-3393. Did we talk last week about, I think we did maybe briefly, where the one of the New York City Planned Parenthood locations is taking Margaret Sanger's name off, off of their building? Mm-hmm. They're still going to commit the eugenics, but because she was for eugenics, they're going to take her name off of it. But the eugenics themselves continue as they try to wipe out the black population. And they're trying really hard. 16 million and counting. So congratulations there on that. Mm-hmm. Scientists, by the way, now are flocking to some kind of mysterious blue hole off of Florida's coast, just to get a glimpse of a 425-foot deep blue hole on the ocean floor.
Wow.
I thought they had to explore it to find out how deep it is. Maybe they've sonarred it and they know already.
Man, they have like one of those big poles.
Okay.
And they put
It's
it
a big
down
pole.
there.
That is a big pole.
Like, all right, wow, we're up to 425 feet, y'all. Yeah, I think that's how.
The glowing mystery hole, about 155 feet below the water surface, is similar to the sinkholes seen on solid land, according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. The site, dubbed the Green Banana, has been a hot topic for scientists and deep-sea explorers who've been hoping for a glimpse of it. Surprisingly, the first reports of blue holes came from fishermen and recreational divers, not scientists or researchers. In general, the holes appear to host diverse biological communities full of marine life, including corals, sponges, mollusks, sea turtles, and sharks. Yeah, but we all know the sea turtles are stupid. They don't even... Seriously, do they deserve to live? I don't think so. What are they doing with all these straws in their noses?
Right. I'm trying to figure out why the heck are they calling it the Green Banana? Let's see. The name emerged in the 1970s after a boat captain saw a green banana skin floating by a known spring.
That's stupid.
That is stupid. And it's also stupid. They've known about this in the 70s. Why only now are we learning about it? Is it taking that long for us to get around to looking in there?
I guess so. I guess we've been busy, okay, with other things. Now we're not busy with it.
It took them that long to build a 425-foot long pole, I guess, to shove down in there. Yeah, you're right. Now we're not busy. Now we got all the free time in the world because 2020 is the year to catch up on all these projects we've been
right. Because what's going on?
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's been a slow news year. Am I right?
You're right.
All right.
So apparently we don't have, I guess, the turtle guy anymore. Do we end the turtle guy?
Oh, not when Rob's not here.
Okay.
Yeah, Rob keeps that in his
All right,
backpack.
he's got that in the sneakers. Oh, beautiful. Nice job.
Put straws in their noses. When I see a straw, I put it in my mouth. Straws don't belong there, but the turtles don't know why. So maybe they all deserve to die.
It's lovely. Isn't that lovely?
Beautiful.
And true.
That's one of my...
They're too stupid to live. What are you doing with the straw in your nose? Don't you see what other people are doing with it?
What a dummy. Just stupid turtles. Gonna ruin it for the rest
You're
of us.
gonna hurt yourself. If somebody bumps into you, that's going straight into your brain, turtle, killing you dead. Okay? And that's just not smart. The CDC COVID-19 advice, telling schools to wash their hands, wear masks, don't touch, but they're not telling them when to close. Social distancing matters. Here's how to do it and how it can help to curb the COVID-19 pandemic from our wonderful CDC, who's been right on top of everything.
Pretty much nailed everything.
And so right on things, haven't they been? Parent checklist for back to school. Label your child's face mask with a permanent marker, because that won't contaminate it. Just right all over it. And then maybe wipe it around on the floor near the toilet. It's right on it. You're contaminating it from the beginning. Have them practice putting on and taking off their mask without touching the cloth.
Leave my kids alone.
Make a label. Resealable plastic bag to store their mask in during lunchtime.
Oh, the poor children.
Those are among the suggestions from the CDC for school administrators and parents as families prepare for school to resume in the fall. Actually, most of them saying, no, we're going to go online. I don't care what the president is saying. Students should wear masks, should wash their hands frequently, and socially distance to protect against COVID-19 as schools reopen. CDC urged the new guidance documents for administrators. And here we are again with the new normal.
But I like Trump's proposal. He wants, hey, if kids aren't going to public schools, then give that money to the parents that are having to educate them at home. I'm sorry that, that's common sense.
It is, but it's common sense that they don't agree with.
I mean, people like you and I have been asking for that with our property taxes
and paying
forever.
For schools we don't use, nor will they allow us to use them if we ask for their extracurricular activities. Nope. Well, wait. I'm paying all this in property tax. It's all going to your school district, and I've got no say. My kids can't go there for just baseball or football. Nope.
Okay, well then give me my tax money back.
Yeah, how about that? I'm owed about 23 years in arrears here, so let's see it.
And then what's sneaky is then they try to say, okay, tell you what, yeah, you can use those facilities, but we have to test your kids and make sure they're learning. Yeah, that's...
that's what they try to pull.
That's crafty.
That is what they try to pull.
Crafty.
That's why Texas just said, we're not going to ask them for anything. Just don't go to the government. Pretend we're not here. La 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 la. And so, because they believe that if the government gets involved, then they're gonna enforce all kinds of restrictions on you. President Trump has endorsed the idea, though, of giving federal funds to parents of students for a school of their choice if their local public school district closes during the coronavirus pandemic. It's brilliant. Why not? Why should you not? He asked Congress to pass $105 billion in funding for schools to help them reopen promptly and safely unless they refuse to do so. If schools don't reopen, the funding should go to parents to send their child to public, private, charter, religious, or homeschool of their choice. The key word being choice. If the school is closed, the money should follow the student. That's brilliant. Who else would do this besides Donald Trump?
That means it'll never happen.
Yeah, probably. Our goal is to protect our teachers and students from the China virus.
I love how he slips that.
I love Chinese people too, but come on.
While ensuring that families with high risk factors can continue to participate from home. Very, very important. The president said, it's very important. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's very important. Also, we've got Jerry Nadler.
Oh, yeah, the guy whose pants double as his mask?
Yes, the same. Calls Antifa in Portland a myth. This guy's brilliant. He's a genius, too. Not a stable one, but he is a genius. Here's what happened in his little interplay.
It is true. There's violence across the whole country. Do you disavow the violence from Antifa that's happening in Portland right now? There's riots.
That's a myth. That's being spread only in Washington, D.C.
About Antifa in Portland?
Yes.
Sir, there's videos everywhere online. There's fires and riots. They're throwing fireworks at federal officers. DHS is there. Look online. It gets crazy, Mr. Nadler.
That's a myth, man. There's no...
Wow, so...
No
he thinks
Antifa.
it's fake news.
Antifa's a myth.
Yeah, Antifa's a myth in Portland. Meanwhile, the whole city is on fire, and they're trying to burn down the courthouse. But
Is that a problem for anybody? So? You're not supposed to care anymore that a city is on fire, that they're burning cars, they're burning homes, they're burning things down. Whatever. It's not a problem. If they're looting stores, these people can afford it. Don't worry about it. They're really making a statement here about race, and they're angry.
Yeah.
Can't you understand that right now? They're angry, and they're letting some of that anger out.
And Jerry Nadler, much like Dr. Fauci with the mask, obviously in public, totally wearing the mask when he's with others.
Fascinating. Yeah, another...
Except not really.
Interesting little element that he had no mask on. So violent mobs are setting fire to they set fire to a Justice Center construction site in Seattle. Group of rioters also set fire to a local Starbucks, which is housed on the ground floor of an apartment building.
That's what made that guy
it was the same apartment building that radio host lived in. And so now he wants to get a gun and protect himself.
Welcome to the world.
How great is that? And meanwhile, though, Jerry Nadler and the mainstream media continue to protect Antifa. Why? Why are they so in love with this group? Well, because they're trying to bring America down. And apparently, that's what these idiots want. I don't understand it. I don't know how do they think it's going to work out for them when the United States of America goes to a Marxist system with a totalitarian government? That's going to be good for them? Okay. Good luck with that. All right. Since we only have a few minutes left here, you're probably going to have to move your wind chimes, Keith, because it's time to spin the wheel. Oh! Cancel! You got to move this Sour Patch Kids box. It's still being stuck on something. What's going on now?
It's not happy.
Okay.
Oh, I almost went bankrupt.
Story number 5.
Story number 5, Pat. Tell them what they've won.
You have won more music stars being canceled because of their unacceptable names. We're canceling names now. The move comes one day after DJ the Black Madonna stopped using her own moniker, noting that it had caused controversy, confusion, and pain. Okay. The Black Madonna, really? Somebody had pain because of that?
Mm-hmm.
Stop it! Stop. Oh, jeez.
And notice that the offense isn't the use of the word Madonna, which would be religious in nature. It's the use of the word black.
Black. Right. Yeah, that's causing people pain.
Okay.
They're among a number of acts who have changed their names in light of the Black Lives Matter movement. Last month, U.S. bands, of course, Lady Antebellum and the Dixie Chicks renamed themselves due to links with the slavery era. Apparently, this DJ Joey Negro is dropping his unacceptable stage name. And yeah, I mean, I could kind of understand that. If it's not your last name, you're using that name, it's probably not good in this day and age. Even though that at one time was an acceptable term. That's how you refer to black people.
And he's
at one point.
White guy.
Yeah. So Lee has had 4 UK top 40 hits, 2 U.S. dance club chart number ones over the last 30 years under his stage name.
Of course he does.
He also reached the UK top 10 3 times using the pseudonym Jakarta. Is that offensive as well? Does that mean something?
No, I think this guy's got an identity crisis is the problem here.
He admitted he had not felt comfortable with the name Joey Negro for a while, especially as I got older. Oh, way to go, Joey. That's good thinking right there. He says, I understand now, though, that it's not appropriate for me to carry on using that name. I've recently received emails, tweets, etc., saying that it's unacceptable and people find it out of place in 2020, and I agree. I'm sorry to have caused any offense. My whole life's been about music, but particularly black music. I love soul, funk, disco, jazz in a way that's impossible for me to articulate in words, and I've tried to champion it with the best of intentions. He initially came up with the name by merging two of his favorite artists at the time, Pal Joey and J. Walter Negro. So that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
That makes total sense.
Yeah, that's good.
He adopted the latter's Spanish pronunciation, wanting his pseudonym to have a Latin America feel. So it would have been Negro. Joey Negro. So that then he'd fit in with other DJs like Junior Junior Vasquez and David Morales.
What was it again?
Junior Vasquez and David Morales.
It's nice to see the left continue to eat their own.
Yeah, I love it.
That's what's so fun.
I love it.
In this entire adventure of cancel culture.
So he's okay. And then the other one, the Black Madonna.
Yeah.
Friends, I've changed my name to the Blessed Madonna. Now, that's okay. That's not sacrilegious or anything. So, great. That's good job there. All right, let's spin the wheel of cancel! Yes. One more time.
That was weak. It was 3.
One more time.
It was 3. It was 3 or 4. Take your pick. It was weak. It was a weak spin, and so I went at it again.
Okay.
Whatever you want. 3 or 4.
I think we're about to cancel the English language now.
Now?
Or at least alter it. The English department at Rutgers University recently announced a list of anti-racist directives and initiatives for the upcoming fall and spring semesters, including an effort to de-emphasize traditional grammar rules. The initiatives were spelled out by Rebecca Walkowitz, the English department chair, and then sent to faculty. Walkowitz sent the email on Juneteenth, which is really appropriate, celebrates the commemoration of the emancipation from slavery in the United States. No, it tells the Texans that the slave trade was over and stopped doing it. That's kind of what it was.
It's the de-emphasizing traditional grammar rules.
Yeah. Titled Department Actions in Solidarity with Black Lives Matter. The email states the ongoing and future initiatives the English department has planned a way to contribute to the eradication of systemic inequities facing black, indigenous, and people of color.
So
they're going to incorporate critical grammar into their pedagogy.
So anyway, like what, Ebonics? Is that allowed now?
Apparently.
When you're writing a paper, a term paper or something?
I guess so.
Because we're getting rid of traditional grammar rules.
Unbelievable is what it is. All right, we'll be back tomorrow with much more fun for the apocalypse.
Only on the Blaze Radio Network.